Tonight we have Randy Scheffner, Tim Austin, and Dylan Dwyer as our conductors. And Mr. Dwyer, would you please take it away?
Thank you very much. We're going to start off our 7th grade portion of the program with something you haven't heard the 7th grade do yet. And this was literally put together in the last week. It features some artwork done by some of the members of the band here, Jocelyn Trader and let's see if I can remember everybody. Jocelyn Trader, Michaela Albert, and Taylor Layton worked on all of these posters that you're going to see. We're going to require a little bit of audience participation on this one as well. This is an arrangement by Doug Goodkin. It features a little jazz improvisation. It's called Step Back, Baby, Step Back. Thank you very much. Let me recognize real briefly our soloists. First we had Dax Cederberg on horn. We heard from Jacob Smith on trumpets. Weston Northrop was our drum set player there. You can round of applause. And then, of course, our actors. Would you all stand up, the people that were acting as the robbers and our homeowners? That was Aaron Flint, Stephanie Brown, Zach Taylor, Seth Daw, Aaron Feldy, Austin Hodges. Who is that guy right there? Jake Messerly, and we have Josh Luby and Ryan Newhart. The 7th grade band recently came off of a festival. You probably all were there if you were a 7th grade band parent. We're going to do what we consider the top 3 tunes that we can play from that festival repertoire. First, we're going to feature Liz Harper on the snare drum solo at the beginning of a piece called The Original 13 Concert March. We're going to follow that up with a tune, an original composition by John O'Reilly called Jefferson County Overture. final piece the 7th grade will perform today is an adaptation of Grieg's In the Hall of the Mountain King. It tells the story of a young Norwegian boy who becomes angry with his family and loses his way in the forest and trips on a rock and knocks himself out on a tree root and wakes up and finds himself underground in the caves of trolls. And the Mountain King says that he will not harm him as long as he marries his daughters. So he doesn't want to do this, and he tries to flee. And you'll hear as he's running away, the trolls chasing him. And then finally, they escape out into the light, and they're going down the mountainside. And there's the tolling of a church bell, and it frightens the trolls so much that they escape back into the mountain. And Peer Gynt escapes to safety. This is In the Hall of the Mountain King, our last selection. Always forgets music. I thought he was escaping from with an arrangement of John Williams' theme from the movie Jurassic Park. Okay. The next piece that we'll play is a Schumann piece. This is arranged by a band director in Skokie, Illinois named Chip DiStefano, who actually has a wonderful website. His band program is called McCracken Middle School. You might want to just take a look at it if you ever want to see what a completely excellent program sounds like, looks like. He has free arrangements available for music teachers, so this is where I got this piece. It's a Schumann piece. It's actually 3 short pieces. We're not going to be playing the final one, the War Song. That's a work in progress. We're going to start with the Poor Orphan Child and then finish with the Wild Rider. The third piece that we're going to play is called Trail of Tears. It's an original piece by James Barnes. This has been in their folders all year long. We're planning on coordinating with the Sentinel High School band in May, the very beginning of May, to get together with them to help us learn this a little bit better. It is a work in progress, but it's an amazingly powerful piece about the struggle that Native Americans went through in the Trail of Tears. So we'll be finishing out with the Surfari's classic Wipeout, and we'll have a little battle between 2 of our excellent percussionists. I'm just going to read the program notes that the composer wrote for this piece real quick so you get an idea of what he was thinking when he was composing the piece. Composed in the summer of 1989, Trail of Tears is a tone poem for wind band that describes the 150th anniversary of one of the most cruel, unjust, and embarrassing official actions in the history of the United States government. In 1838 to 39, federal troops rounded up many members of the quote-unquote 5 civilized Indian tribes who were living in the southeastern U.S., the Cherokees, Choctaws, Creeks, Chickasaws, and the Seminoles. Despite a landmark decision rendered by the legendary Supreme Court Justice John Marshall stating that the members of these tribes could not be moved off of their sovereign lands because of a prior treaty granting them this territory, troops were ordered to move all of these Native Americans by forced march in the dead of winter over 1,500 arduous miles to what was then known as Indian Territory, now the eastern portion of the state of Oklahoma. On this tragic journey, more than 4,000 Native Americans perished from starvation, exhaustion, and exposure to the elements. It is an event that will be forever ingrained in the memory of our Native Americans, a tragic sequence of events inflamed by political pressure, the greed of white settlers for more land, an irrational fear of Indians, and downright racial bigotry. The music opens with solo flute, intended to recall the bucolic, non-aggressive nature of these 5 civilized tribes, who simply wish to be let alone and allowed to live in peace on their ancestral hunting grounds. The faster section portrays the strife between the Indians and the encroaching settlers and builds to an ultimate tragic battle scene, the scene of 1838, when the U.S. Army used the cavalry to defeat the Indians. The dramatic last scene depicts the agony of the march itself and includes the recitation of a mournful poem in the Cherokee language by members of the ensemble. Dedishkonk Junio Husa, Dedishkonk Ayokist, Dedishkonk Dayanoti. If I completely destroy the pronunciation, please let me know. That translates to, let us mourn those who have died, let us mourn those who are dying, and let us mourn those who must endure. The work concludes with a final statement of triumph for these Native Americans who survived the Trail of Tears and have managed to live and prosper in spite of all odds, and who today stand with pride and great honor as an important and integral part of our nation and its severely flawed history in the area of Native American affairs. This is by James Barnes. He said, he wrote this piece because I believe it is imperative that we remain constantly aware that we are just as capable as any other nation of committing crimes against people who are weaker or different from us. Regardless of our form of government and no matter what high aspirations we might espouse every year, one needs to recall the internment and concentration camps of all Japanese Americans on the West Coast and Hawaii during those first dark months of World War II to realize that events such as the Trail of Tears are still within the realm of possibility in this land of the free. We must continue to acknowledge these highly distasteful episodes in our history in order to ensure that drastic overreactions such as these do not occur in the future of our nation. Robbie Jacobson. We're going to lighten it up a little bit and feature Ashton Squires and Michael DeGrand on light. drummers. Speaking of drummers, we're going to have our percussion ensemble play now. This is Knock on Wood. That's the name of the percussion ensemble, not the name of the piece. This is a tune that you may have heard once before at the holiday concert. However, they do not have music stands or music in front of them at this point in time. They're doing it all from memory. This is our Meadow 8th grade percussion ensemble with Stinkin' Garbage.
The only one that forgot introducing.
Thank you very much. That was Danny Johnston on trumpet. And Colter Murphy on baritone saxophone. The program says to be selected from the following, so we're going to mix it up just a little bit. We're going to bring up Gus Hemphill, and he's going to be featured on a beautiful tune arranged by John Schubert. This is called Quiet Longing. Harrison on alto saxophone. This is the theme from James Bond. Thank you very, very much. Before we do our last tune, I just want to recognize the two gentlemen here that are standing in the back. First of all, Tim Aston. Two tunes, great. Tim Aston here, he's amazing to work with. He teaches 5th grade band in the district. Give him a round of applause. And then my other fellow rookie here, Randy Schechner, over at CS Porter, doing an awesome job over there. It's such a pleasure to be able to work in a school district and have people like this to work from and work with and learn from and work together so much and do so many things that are so great for kids. So I'm very pleased. Without further ado, here is Mr. Randy.
Great. All right, we're going to bring up one of your own, Mr. Jimmy Bakari is going to be featured. Mr. Jimmy Bakari is going to be featured on a flugelhorn. This is Song for My Daughter. is our last song. This is going to be Pat Benatar's Heartbreaker from the 1980s.
Whoa! Why did you get up and dance? Just go stand in a second.
And on the trumpet, Mr. Danny Johnson.
Thanks once again, folks. It was a great concert. Thanks all for coming. If you could help us out a little bit by helping us stack the stands into the stand racks and just stack chairs, that would be great. I forgot to thank all the students and all the parents. I always do that. Thank you guys.